The International Consortium of Investigative Journalists has been combing through more than 2 million files of financial transaction data for more than a year. Of countries use covert accounts and companies to shield their wealth.
Now is he's going to end up in jail. Floyd Mayweather, up until now, has avoided jail time like he's avoided punches in the ring, but jail is where he's headed. A Las Vegas judge.
200 million, 300 million
dollars.
Yeah, in different account.
FBI agents say they've uncovered documents showing Floyd Mayweather quietly tucked away millions of dollars in offshore accounts to dodge taxes and hide his real net worth. According to these leaks, he set up shell companies and funneled earnings from exhibition bouts and big-name endorsements through foreign banks. While Mayweather has always made a show of his wealth, these revelations hint at a hidden financial network that could spark a serious legal probe into potential tax evasion.
Bank accounts to hide trillions of dollars and evade laws. Again, Duhari, who has the story.
Uncovering the complex workings of offshore tax havens has led to one of the largest cross-border collaborations ever between journalists. The International Consortium of Investigative Journalists has been combing through more than 2 million files of financial transaction data for more than a year. It's taken this long because the digital file size is 160 times larger than the State Department.
In a 2013 ESPN interview, Mayweather let slip that he keeps a whopping $123 million in a single bank account, and spreads the rest of his cash across several others to balance risk and keep money on hand. While that kind of setup is pretty standard for top earners, his financial maneuvers have drawn a spotlight. In 2015, he racked up over $22 million in unpaid taxes, triggering a federal lien. Those hefty back tax bills have people wondering whether his money management game is as clean as his undefeated record.
How much money do you have in your bank account?
Which account? Which bank?
You have more than one account?
Absolutely.
I don't even have one account. Give me the amount of money you have in one of your accounts.
200 million, 300 million
Dollars?
Yeah, in different accounts.
Mayweather's one-time accountant says Floyd treated six-figure checks, whether $50,000, $100,000, or even $200,000, as nothing more than spare change. To him, those figures didn't move the needle. But for other big leaguers watching, that kind of shrug set off alarm bells. Imagine you own a $100 million shopping center, making a $10 million gain but getting hit with a 37 to 40% tax rate instead of the usual 20 to 24% means you'd hand over millions more to Uncle Sam. That's why some investors are worried. And now there's chatter in Washington about scrapping that step-up in basis rule, something that could push tax bills even higher down the road.
Just residences making 100, 200 grand here or there, $50,000 not going to affect. But for those large investors, obviously that's becoming very concerning, because if you've got a building, big mall or something else, it could be worth $100 million. All of a sudden you've got a $10 million profit on there that's now going to be taxed at 37 or 40 versus 20 to 24. Huge difference. So that's the biggest one people are keeping their eye on.
Floyd Mayweather's money moves have sparked fresh debate over tax avoidance tactics often used by the ultra-wealthy. He's reportedly tied to offshore accounts, financial setups in places like the Cayman Islands or Switzerland that are known for their relaxed tax rules. The goal? Shift money overseas to legally cut down on taxes owed back home. These accounts let individuals park their income or assets in foreign banks where tax rates are lower or deferred. For someone like Mayweather, that could mean dodging millions in taxes. While this method isn't illegal if everything is properly reported, it does raise eyebrows. Critics say it's unfair when everyday taxpayers fund public services, while the richest use legal loopholes to shrink their tax bills. Mayweather's strategy, some argue, is just another example of the wealthy playing by a different set of rules.
Use of offshore accounts. I'm sure this isn't your first time hearing the term offshore. Offshore banking, offshore account, etc. What does it bring to mind? Water, scenes, and more water? Surprise, none of the above. Offshore banking is a bit like hiding money in distant places, islands. The wealthy stash their money in foreign banks, often in tax havens known for their friendly financial policies. It's like sending their hard-earned money to a safe place away from tax issues at home. Offshore accounts come with a little bit of tax legal implications and challenges, however. So before you start dreaming of stashing all of your money at that private island, consider what's involved here, right? The tax authorities back home always keep a watchful eyes, and there's always a need for carefulness. Governments everywhere are tightening regulations to prevent abuse.
Joe Rogan recently shared his thoughts on the incredible fortune Floyd Mayweather has built and the challenges that come with managing that kind of money. He talked about how, when you're earning hundreds of millions, there's no avoiding massive tax bills. Rogan imagined Mayweather getting hit with a $25 million payment, only to be told he owes another $50 million on top of that, an almost unreal scenario, even at that level of wealth. He also touched on Mayweather's famously lavish lifestyle, mentioning how he's bought over 100 luxury cars from the same dealership, always paying in cash, even though he rarely drives them. Still, Rogan pointed out, those cars hold value, making them a surprisingly smart investment. Despite the extravagance, Rogan praised Mayweather's money management. He called him a financial genius who's mastered the game, not just in the ring, but in building, protecting, and growing his wealth in clever, strategic ways.
It's just neglect to pay.
Neglect, and it's also like, I think, and there is like a truth to this, he makes so much money, there's probably a point when they're like, hey, it's time to pay your taxes. And you go like, all right, here's a check for $25 million. That's an incredible amount of money. And then they go, that's true, but you owe 50 more. And he's just like, that can't be right. I've given you $25 million.
Yeah, like what?
Yeah, like what are you talking about, man?
He's bought over 100 luxury cars from the same dealer and always pays in cash. Hilarious! I love it.
He has 15 million worth of cars.
Congratulations.
But he doesn't drive.
I like it. Good. You can sell those. They're worth a lot of money. He can get that money too.
Yeah.
You know, he's really interesting in the amount of money that he's able to generate.
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather's business partner has recently shed light on a side of the boxing legend that fans rarely see, his financial reality behind the scenes. Despite earning hundreds of millions over his career, the partner claims Mayweather has been spending even more than he brings in. According to him, Floyd's extravagant lifestyle, private jets, high-end cars, luxury homes, and massive monthly bills, burns through cash at an alarming rate. Even in years where he pulls in $100 million or more, the outflow often outweighs the income. The partner pointed out that, while Mayweather appears incredibly wealthy, the actual financial picture might be less secure than it seems. He added that Floyd's money management isn't as tight as the public might believe. With constant high-dollar spending, it's becoming harder for him to hold on to long-term wealth. Though no specific figures were revealed, the message was clear: there's a big gap between Mayweather's flashy image and the true state of his finances, and if things don't change, his financial future could be on shaky ground.
Look, man, you know, we both made some real money, but you know, you start burning through, you make $2-3 million a year, you burning through $100,000 a month. You ain't really got that much money.
Shit, he probably spending way more than that.
No, I'm talking regular dudes. We say we made $3 million, we burning through $100,000 a month. We really don't got no paper like that saved up.
Fact.
So even if he's making $100 million, if he's burning through $5, $6, $7 million a month, you still got taxes, you still got responsibilities. So I don't know nobody's bag, but you know, me and you, we never count nobody's paper. So not at all. I hope he got $10 billion, and I hope he get out of this problem.
That's a fact, because you would figure he should be able to just cash him out, like whatever the tab is. You know, he should be able to wire that.
I think he could do that with no problem. I think he got all the money in the world. I think they may not want it.
Floyd Mayweather's massive fleet of luxury cars, including several Lamborghinis and a custom 700-horsepower Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon, highlights his famously extravagant lifestyle. But while these high-end rides turn heads, they may also be adding to his growing tax troubles. Maintaining a collection like his isn't cheap. From insurance and upkeep to secure storage, the costs stack up fast. One notable example is his purchase of a Mercedes Maybach 57S, worth around $500,000. After missing payments, he was hit with a lawsuit for over $167,000 in unpaid loan balances. Mayweather has reportedly bought more than 40 vehicles from a single dealership, an eye-popping number that's raised eyebrows about the financial impact of such spending. These luxury purchases not only reflect extreme wealth, but also draw attention from tax authorities, especially if there's any suspicion they're being used to hide assets or avoid proper tax reporting. On top of that, the financing and ownership of these cars can complicate financial disclosures. Without clear records, such acquisitions might be viewed as attempts to cover up financial activities, possibly leading to legal trouble if tax rules aren't followed carefully.
The money I still got, the jewels I still got, the cars I still got, the mansions I still got. You either motivate it or you hate it. Either or, it doesn't matter. Walk with me, let's talk. I got 9 toys right here. I got the 488 Ferrari. I got the Maybach or the Maybach, whatever you want to call it. I got 7 Rolls Royces right here. I like to call it Lucky 7. So you either motivate it or you hate it. My lifestyle, Money Man. I'm the money man. Remember that.
Floyd Mayweather recently added 3 ultra-luxury cars to his already massive collection: a rare Bugatti Chiron Per Sport, a Mercedes-Benz G-Class AMG, and a Cadillac Escalade VESV, together worth around $5 million. These high-end additions are a clear reflection of Mayweather's love for exclusivity and over-the-top luxury. The Bugatti alone, one of only 60 ever produced, features a 1,500 horsepower engine and a top speed of 218 miles per hour, making it one of the most elite cars in the world. But while the purchases show off his wealth, they also raise financial red flags. The cost of insuring, storing, and maintaining a fleet of exotic vehicles like this adds up fast. Plus, owning such high-profile assets can draw attention from tax authorities, especially if there's any hint they're being used to mask wealth or avoid proper financial disclosure. Even with an estimated net worth of $400 million, keeping track of, and properly reporting, assets of this scale is no small task. And when every high-dollar purchase is in the public eye, the pressure to stay compliant with tax laws only increases.
When you're the best, you only deal with the best. So today, I purchased 3 vehicles. Give them the breakdown, Chadwick. Give them
2025 Cadillac Escalade VESV. This is a supercharged motor version. But the best car you purchased is...
what about this? I bought this today.
Brand new 2025 matte blue G63 AMG.
And let's walk down here and check this out. Come. My new boy. Give me the breakdown.
This is a Bugatti Chiron Pure Sport. This is the most rare of all the Chirons ever produced. One of 60. This is a 1-of-1 spec. All of the whole body is carbon fiber exposed in blue, and it's been painted. You can see the blue exposed carbon as you...
Floyd Mayweather, along with Kim Kardashian, found himself at the center of controversy after promoting Ethereum Max, a cryptocurrency that quickly came under legal fire. Investors later filed a lawsuit against both stars, accusing them of playing a role in a pump-and-dump scheme. According to the lawsuit, their endorsements misled the public into buying Ethereum Max tokens, only for the token's value to crash shortly after the hype faded. This case has brought to light the serious risks of celebrity endorsements in the largely unregulated world of crypto. When major public figures like Mayweather and Kardashian promote financial products, their influence can sway everyday investors, often with damaging consequences. The lawsuit serves as a cautionary tale, showing how the glitz of celebrity promotions can overshadow the actual value, or lack thereof, of the product being pushed. Critics also point out that while Mayweather heavily promoted Ethereum Max online, there's no evidence he personally invested in the token. Instead, it appears he may have accepted large payouts to boost the project publicly without putting any of his own money on the line. This has led to accusations that he used his fame to cash in on the crypto buzz, leaving fans and investors to shoulder the losses. The ongoing legal battle emphasizes the need for stricter rules and accountability when celebrities get involved in promoting financial assets.
And everybody in the crypto world is competing with one another. Whereas, I feel like everybody should be able to choose what they want to choose and go with who they want to go with. I think everybody should work together. And what I always did was I believed in myself. Before anybody else believed in me, I believed in myself.
Floyd Mayweather's ever-growing collection of luxury cars may be more than just a love for the finer things. It could be revealing a deeper issue with how he handles his finances. Despite reportedly owing large sums in taxes and other debts, Mayweather continues to publicly flaunt his wealth, raising questions about whether his flashy spending is a distraction from the financial responsibilities he's avoiding. His focus on acquiring high-end vehicles, even while facing financial pressure, suggests a strategy rooted more in image than in sound financial planning. The constant display of wealth, cars, jets, and jewelry seems designed to project power and success, even as creditors and tax bills loom in the background. But a recent interaction with YouTuber Deji also sheds light on this side of Mayweather. When Deji mentioned flying to Dubai, Mayweather's quick, dismissive response hinted at someone highly protective of his image, perhaps even insecure about how he's perceived. His need to constantly show off success might not just be about ego, it may also be a way to hide deeper financial challenges. In the end, Mayweather's behavior paints a picture of someone using material wealth as a shield, putting on a show of financial strength, while potentially ignoring the growing obligations behind the scenes.
I'm not asking how much, but did you get paid at least some of it up front?
Yes.
Okay. Because obviously Logan, when he fought, he keeps talking about how he still hasn't got anything.
Yeah.
And now you have fought him.
Yeah.
You got some of it at least.
I mean, I just have better, better manager, agent, all of that.
Although you may not have done it if Logan had just been paid, right? Like maybe you needed Logan to.
No, it's because it's like, remember when I fought Vinny Hack?
No, yeah, true. No one of that event got paid.
Everyone apart from
you and Gibb, right?
Yeah, me and Gibb, we got paid.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Shout out manager.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't know, can you say his name?
Yeah, say him, yeah.
Shout out Lim.
Chiverano.
Man like Chiverano.
Can we say his name?
Oh, really?
Oh my god. No, he's so fake and he's insecure as hell. And the thing is, I don't even care about saying all this stuff. Yeah, you're not gonna fight me, are you, bitch? He's so insecure. So let me just tell you like some things that happened. So this was the Dubai podcast. For some reason, he's just making these noises, slap, slap, slap to his whole team, slap, slap, and just making some weird noises. It made no sense. And then one of my fans said, "Hey yo, Deji, I flew all the way from the UK for this." And then he you don't have to respond to that,
no,
but he responds being like, "It don't matter, man. You in Dubai now." like why?
Like what do you call them things you get for Christmas? Those
soundboards.
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather, once celebrated for his unbeatable record and self-proclaimed status as the best ever, now finds himself grappling with a reality that no longer matches the image he built. Despite earning hundreds of millions, unresolved financial issues, especially unpaid taxes and lingering debts, are catching up to him. His high-profile purchases and extravagant lifestyle can no longer mask the growing legal and financial pressure he faces. Mayweather's skill in generating income, especially through fights and endorsements, is undeniable. But his handling of that wealth has raised serious concerns. His repeated public displays of luxury, cars, mansions, private jets, appear to defy the institutions chasing him for what he owes, almost as if he's daring them to act. But unlike his opponents in the ring, the IRS and other creditors aren't going away, and interest, penalties, and legal consequences only grow with time. Floyd seems to operate under the belief that he can outmaneuver or delay accountability. But sooner or later, those financial responsibilities will demand a reckoning. His boxing accolades, no matter how impressive, won't shield him from the fallout of mismanaged finances. After retiring from professional boxing, Mayweather turned to exhibition matches, events that many fans and critics felt were a step down from the legendary standard he once upheld. Facing lesser-known or non-professional opponents, these fights drew sharp criticism, with many accusing him of putting money ahead of legacy. To some, these appearances seemed less about competition and more about cash, feeding a lifestyle that may no longer be sustainable. In the eyes of longtime fans, Floyd's shift from championship bouts to quick paydays has left a stain on his legacy. What was once a story of dominance and discipline now risks being remembered as a cautionary tale of wealth mismanagement and the high cost of avoiding financial responsibility.
Anybody else's terms, but you to make the decision, you know what? This is it. I don't care what all you guys say. I'm out of here. I'm done.
I mean, I think I think I just had a game plan. I had a brilliant game plan. The game plan was to be very outspoken. You know, I was born with personality. I was born with charisma. Speak my mind. Speak from the heart. You know, I don't hate or dislike anyone. I want to go out there, you know, and just do what I have to do inside that square circle. Choose a tremendous team on the outside that's going to help me take things to the next level, and that's what I did.
That's a wrap for today's video. Thanks for watching, and make sure to stay tuned for more updates and deep dives coming soon. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss a thing.